And we are live. What is up, guys? We got 30 minutes to lock. Let's jump into this 3-game preseason slate. So, first give me one sec. I gotta log into Twitter. Let's go. Oh, can't do that. And hold on. 30 minutes to lock. Let's jump into this Okay, so let's go over what we know so far. I can't log into my Twitter right now, so I'll just go over what we know over the phone. So we don't have a whole lot of news, right? Let's see. So we got Jokic will play tonight for the Nuggets. We don't have any minutes projection, but again, a safe estimate is always 20 to 25 minutes in these situations. Kawhi Leonard is playing, which was a surprise. He was originally listed as out. They said he's only playing a little bit. Again, we don't know what a little bit is, but I'd assume that's like 15 minutes. That's just my best guess, so I don't think I want to go Kawhi. I like a couple of their spend-ups a little bit more. We got Pat Beverly's out. The King starters, the normal starters here with Fox, Hield, Barnes, Bagley, Dedmon. Dedmon is in. He was listed as questionable that illness. And then Rashawn Holmes as well as in. Sun starters, normal starters, Booker, Saric, Johnson, Rubio, and Ayton. They do have Oubre back as well as Oubre, and it looks like Mikal Bridges is back as well. And then that's kind of all we know, right? Hopefully we get some more news as the night goes on, but that's basically what we got so far. So let's just jump into it. If you guys didn't watch my video again, I'll go over the minutes really quick from the second preseason game last year. The Suns and the Kings, they have new coaches, so don't really think we have to go over that. But if we look at Minnesota's second preseason game last year, again, starters, mid-20s. Cat played 26. Golden State, the main guys got in the mid-20s. The Nuggets, mid-20s as well. And the Clippers, like mid-20s. So I'm projecting everyone to play about 20 to 25 minutes. So let's go team by team. And we'll start with the Suns, right? So it's Booker and Ayton at the top. Those are the two guys going to be, demanding the most usage in that offense. In the first preseason game was a little bit frustrating. That beat writer came out and said they were only going to play 14 to 18 minutes. They both played 21, 22, and they both did really well in that time. Sacramento's defense, nothing to be scared about. So if I'm going to stack a game for GPPs, I think this one would be the one with Phoenix and Sacramento. I think that's going to be the one, the highest scoring game. But yeah, Booker, Ayton at the top. Really like both those guys. Oubre coming back from, it's a wrist injury, but still, he's going to be coming off the bench. Probably wouldn't go there. Rubio, I kind of like in the mid-range. He seems pretty safe. Again, doesn't have to score to get you there. Cam Johnson, there's probably better options if you want to play him. I'm not going to really talk you off him. Saric is decent here as a cheap option too. I like that he's small forward eligible because you can really fit 5 bigs in your lineup if you wanted to, playing Saric at small forward. And then that's kind of it. I mean, you could look to Kaminsky and Cheek Diallo as like GPP darts, but that's kind of all they are. So let's move on to the Kings. Kings really like Fox here. A lot of the guys are reasonably priced here for Sacramento. Sacramento wants to play at a fast pace too. So Fox at 6.2K, really like him. I think he has huge upside this season. Buddy Hield, don't mind. A little scoring dependent, but if he's knocking down threes, he can definitely get you there. So he's fine in the mid-range. I like Bagley. He's too underpriced at 5.2K. He's their go-to guy in the post. Going to be starting alongside Dwayne Dedmon. Now, Dedmon's solid too. He can knock down threes, get you blocks and steals. But if I'm picking between the two bigs, I'm going to lean towards Bagley just because he has a little bit better offensive game, in my opinion. Ariza and Harrison Barnes are just guys that I think are okay. If you really want to play them, you can. But they're kind of like staying in the corner, shoot threes guys. Not guys with huge upside, in my opinion. Now, Barnes and Ariza will have good games every once in a while, but probably not going to be the way I want to go on the slate. I think Bjelica's okay, a little scoring dependent too, but he's a guy that can get you there in steals. He's knocking down threes. Don't hate it. I really like Bogdan as a cheap option. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, cheap option here at 4.4K. Going to be coming off the bench. He's going to be a high usage guy. He's going to be leading that second unit, so I like him a good amount here. Rashawn Holmes, 2 at 4.1K. He's a guy that crushes one given minutes. I'd assume he gets 15, maybe 20 minutes at basically minimum price. I like him a good amount as a cheap option. The only concern is he's coming back from a groin injury, so maybe they limit him a bit. But he's another guy that has a lot of upside. Kyle Guy, don't think he gets the minutes, and that's kind of it. So let's go over Minnesota really quick. Minnesota, it's Cat. I think it's a clear-cut spend up here at 9.6K. If you want to get risky in GPPs, you can fade them. There are other good spend-up options with Steph Curry, with Booker, with Ayton, Jokic. So you can fade Cat. I think Cat's going to be 80+% owned on the slate. It's just the matchup is so good. Like Golden State's front court is super thin, right? No Willie Cauley-Stein, no Looney. No Sameljic. They got Marquise Chris, who I'll talk about in a bit. I like him as a value play. Amari Spellman, Draymond, and then they can run Pascal a bit too. But they're really thin up front. Cat should have his way with whoever they throw on him. So really do like Cat as a spend up. Wiggins is just okay. If you want to play him, you can. He's just too scoring dependent for me. I never play Wiggins. Teague's okay in the mid range. I probably prefer a couple other guards. Like I like Lou Williams at the same price. I prefer De'Aaron Fox. But I guess I don't hate Jeff Teague. Then Culver, Okogie, Covington, they're okay. It's really, though, for me on this team, it's kind of Cat, and that's it, to be honest. Like, other guys are viable, like Vonleh off the bench, yeah. I mean, he can get you there in limited time. It's really kind of Cat for me, and that's it. So let's move on to Golden State. Golden State has a few options here. Obviously, Steph at the top. He has huge upside at 8.5K. Probably going to play 20, maybe even 25 minutes. With obviously no KD, no Clay. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. D'Angelo Russell, if you want the pivot for GPPs and you want to get risky, right? We saw in the first game D'Angelo Russell had a really bad game, but we know this guy is upside. He's a little more boomer bust. We saw it with the Nets. He had big games last year, and he had really bad games. So if you want to pivot off Steph Curry is going to be 5 times more popular, maybe more. So if you want the pivot in GPPs, I don't hate going D'Angelo Russell. It's definitely a little more risky. Draymond Green's solid in the mid-range. Probably going to play 20 to 25 minutes. Will have the ball in his hand a decent amount. Don't hate him. I just probably prefer a couple other plays. McKinney's a lower usage guy. I'll probably pick at the start, but I don't know if I want to go there. Spellman's a decent cheap option at 4.2K just because Golden State is really thin up front. Jordan Poole, rookie. He's going to shoot the ball a good amount when he's out there. Again, his stat line that first game was 17 points, 1 board, 1 assist, 1 steal. So he's a little more scoring dependent. And then Marquise Chris, right? So this is a little more boomer bust play. So if we look at his game stats, last game, does it even show it? No, it's not going to show it down here. So I'm going to bring it up on my phone really quick. He had a good game, but he fouled out. This guy is always in foul trouble, but the upside is there, right? So let me go to Golden State really quick. And like I said, they're really thin up front. The risk with Marquise Chris, right? You can get in foul trouble. So in that first game against the Lakers, he played 14 minutes, 8 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, and he fouled out in 14 minutes. So if he can somehow stay out of foul trouble, we've seen the upside in this guy a good amount the last few years. He has it in him. He's a riskier play, not for the faint of heart. A lot of boom or bust. Like the upside's there, but he's also very risky. He can hurt you. So I like him as a risky, cheap option there. And that's kind of it for Golden State. So let's move on to Denver. Denver at the top is Jokic at 8.8K. Pretty, solid spend up here. We don't know what the minutes are going to be like. He rested the first game, so I assume he gets decent run. Again, 20 to 25 is always a pretty fair projection. The Clippers front court, nothing to be scared about. Zubac, not the best defender. Montrez is undersized, so he should really have his way inside if he's aggressive. There are games where Jokic is very passive. Like I played him once last year when he played like 37 minutes and shot the ball 3 times. So sometimes Jokic is, not as aggressive as he should be, but the matchup's really good. Jamal Murray's decent in the mid-range. I would have liked it more if Jokic was out to play Jamal Murray, but he's still, kind of the number 2 there in the offense. Going to shoot the ball a good amount. Going to have the ball in his hands. Don't mind him. And the rest of the starters are okay. Like Gary Harris, a little too scoring dependent. Millsap is in play. I would have liked him again more if Jokic would have missed. Barton's doable. Beasley's doable. Jeremy Grant's okay. Plumlee's okay. And then Michael Porter Jr. coming off the bench in 17 minutes. His stat line wasn't anything special, 9 points, 3 boards, but I assume he gets 15 to 20 minutes, and he does have some upside. So finally, let's go over the Clippers, and then I'll get to questions. So Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, he's listed as out, but they said he's going to play a little bit. Again, we don't know what a little bit is. If I'm going to guess, it's 10 to 15 minutes. Probably going to look elsewhere in the slate. Shamet's okay at 5.8K. Lou and Montrez are the top 2 targets here off the bench. Both probably going to play 20 to 25 minutes. Lou's going to shoot the ball a ton when he's out there. Montrez is a guy that doesn't have to score to get you there. So I like them both in the mid-range a good amount. Zubac going to be picked up to start and might be asked to play a few extra minutes because Denver runs big, right? They got Jokic, Millsap, Plumlee, Jeremy Grant. They have a pretty big lineup, so Zubac might be asked to play a few extra minutes. I like his upside at 4.9K. JaMychal Green, don't hate him at 4.6K. He's a guy, again, that can get you there in blocks and steals. Beverly is out. Don't play Beverly. Probably a slight boost to guys like Lou Williams and Shamet. Terrence Mann at 4.3K. I think he's going to be one of the more popular cheap options. Now, it is a slight downgrade that Kawhi's playing, right? I would guess Kawhi's probably going to pick up the start. Now, Terrence Mann's going to come off the bench. And the issue is, if he comes out the bench, he's going to be playing with high-usage guys like Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Now, I really liked him as a starter because the starting lineup, besides Zubac, they really have no one else. So that is, a little bit of a downgrade to Terrence Mann, but he's still in play as still one of my favorite value plays at 4.3K, just because he can fill it up in other ways, right? He doesn't have to score. And that's kind of it. So we got, 19 minutes to lock. Let me check Twitter really quick, see if anything else came up. Doesn't look like we've got anything yet. Yeah, nothing yet. So let's get to questions here. 200 viewers. Thank you guys all so much, really, for coming to check out the stream. Really appreciate it. If you're new, I would appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. McKinney will play 22 to 25 minutes. Yeah, McKinney's solid as a cheap option. Not the highest usage guy, but if he's going to pick up the start, I think he's fine. I like Murray more with Jokic. They play off the ball. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Murray is, I agree with that point. Like, does have a little bit more upside with Jokic. I just, with Jokic not playing, Murray's going to shoot the ball a lot more, but they're still definitely viable. The problem is how much we trust Denver coach. Mike Malone's kind of a headache for DFS purposes. He always does kind of mess with the minutes, but I think 20 and 25 is pretty safe. Man barely had a passable game versus Shanghai, and he's going to eat versus Denver. Denver starters, no less. No, I wouldn't say he's going to eat, right? I think Kawhi's going to start. Man going to come out the bench. I would probably say he's still a solid value play, but definitely not my favorite value play anymore with Terrence Mann. Cat or Ayton, that's close. I think the upside's a little bit higher with Cat. Obviously, the price difference, too. Cat is, 9.6K versus Ayton 7.3K, but I like them both a good amount. You can definitely play both if you want to. Jokic can trip double in one quarter, yeah. So really, in my opinion, guys, I think you want to jam in 3 of these top 5 guys. Those top 5 guys being Cat, Jokic, Steph, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. I think of trying to get 3 of those 5 guys in your lineup and then going value elsewhere is probably going to be the optimal way to go, just because those 5 guys have huge upside, and there are cheap options like I talked about where we can fit in those studs. So I think Cat, Jokic, Steph, Booker, Ayton. Try to get 3 of those 5 into your lineup. I like Mann and Covington as value plays as to a lot of bigger names in other spots. Yeah. Like I said, I really think you want to jam in 3 of those top 5 guys. Preseason defense isn't going to be great, right? Again, if I'm going to stack a game for GPPs, I think it's going to be Phoenix and Sacramento. I actually made 2 lineups tonight. I normally don't. I normally always stick to 1, but I really liked the 2 lineups I built. In one of my lineups, I have I have 5 players in the Suns and Suns-Kings game. And then in the other one, it's a little bit more spread out. But, yeah. Again, I normally do only go with 1 lineup. I'm going 2 tonight. Preseason, okay. So, all right, let's see. Jerome Robinson and Ty Jerome over Napier. Don't know if I want to go that risky on the slate. Is Monte Morris viable since he can destroy in garbage time and minutes behind Murray? Yeah, he's in play. Again, I'd assume he probably gets 20 or so minutes. Monte Morris was a guy that flashed upside last season, so he's definitely in play. Culver's fine. For me, though, it's kind of Cat, and that's it. But, Culver is pretty cheap here at 4.8K. Yeah, and he played 25 minutes, got 11 points, 3 boards, 2 steals. So, he's a young guy, rookie. He's probably going to play the most minutes out of anyone on the team. So, I think he's a solid value play. And if I was going to play another Timberwolf, it probably would be Jarrett Culver. Beasley, Grant, or Morris. Those are all the 3 Denver guys, right? Let's see, what are their prices? So Jeremy Grant 4.3K, Morris 4.2, Beasley 4.5. I mean, they're all doable. I don't have a strong lean if I'm picking between those 3. I think you go with your gut. Any love for Linden? Probably not for me. I don't think we have to get that cute on this slate. He's probably min-price, right? That's why it's not coming up. Yeah, probably not for me. Let's see. My lineup is Booker, Bogdanovich, Mann, Bagley, Towns, Lou, Harrell, Ayton. Yeah, I like that a lot. Kaminsky or Saric. Saric is probably safer because he's starting. Kaminsky would be a little bit riskier off the bench, but again, Kaminsky will be playing with the second unit, so that's close. I think Saric will be higher owned. Both definitely in play. Lou Will or Rubio. I think Lou Williams has more upside, right? But Rubio's a little safer because just he has the assist and rebound floor. But if you're playing for upside, I think Lou Williams has higher upside than Rubio. Best value besides Mann, I think Bogdanovich. Let's go over value plays again, right? So let's talk 5K and below. Deadman's in play here at 5K. He's a guy that can get you in blocks and steals. He hit threes too. Like Dwayne Dedman can step outside and knock down 3. So I don't hate him at 5K. Zubac I like. Pat Beverly obviously not playing. Bogdanovich, one of my favorite here at 4.4K. Now we have seen in the past Bogdanovich have really bad shooting nights and kind of hurt you, but we know he's going to be aggressive off the bench. He's going to lead that second unit. So I do like him as a value play a good amount. Terrence Mann, obviously the slight downgrade to Kawhi playing. Spellman's doable. Saric I like because he's small forward eligible. He can jam in 5 bigs. Rashawn Holmes, I love the upside. The groin injury worries me a little bit, but he's a guy that can get you like 25 fantasy points in 15 minutes. So kind of like Rashawn Holmes. And then finally, Marquise Chris here would probably be my favorite Golden State big, but know what you're getting into with this guy, right? He's a guy that gets in foul trouble almost every single game, so the upside's big on him, but the floor is also low. So if you're playing Marquise Chris, know what you're getting into. Mikel Ariza, sorry, it keeps, let's see. Fox, Bagley, okay, sorry, I had to scroll back up. The chat kind of, jumps here. Spellman or Chris? I think I'll go Chris. Spellman would be safer, though. Lou Will, Jamal Murray. Lou Will, Jamal Murray is close for me. I think I'll go Lou Will off the bench, but that's pretty close. Both guys are pretty similar, right? They're both going to shoot the ball a ton. What up, DeGroot? Only got one center on FanDuel, bro. Cat or Ayton? I'd go Cat. I got to fade Curry, not feeling it at all. Yeah, I mean, Curry's fadeable. Like I said, there's other top options that I like here. If you're going to fade Steph, then try to get Towns and Jokic, or try to get, Booker and Ayton, right? Like, there's other good spend-ups. You can fade Steph. I like Jordan Poole. Yeah, Jordan Poole's viable, right? If he's knocking down threes, he can get you there. A little too scoring dependent for my liking, but if he's hitting his shots, I do like him. Thanks, DK, you're the man. Of course, Bill, thanks for coming to check out the stream. Beasley's okay. Don't hate him. I think he's a solid value play. Thoughts on Okogie? Okogie's decent for Minnesota, right? He's probably close to min price, 4.5K. Doesn't have the best offensive game. We have seen flashes last year, but he's a pretty solid defender. I don't know if I would want to go there. I think there's better or cheaper options with more upside. Who is your top 3 Sacramento and phone players? I think you mean Phoenix. So Sacramento players, I think it's Fox, Bagley, and Bogdanovich. I think those would be my 3 top. But Buddy Hield, I do like too. Again, If he's knocking down threes, he has huge upside. So those would probably be the four, and then the really cheap option, Rashawn Holmes. And then the Phoenix side, it's Booker and Ayton for sure up top. Rubio seems pretty solid in the mid-tier. I like that Saric is small forward eligible. And then dart throws and GPPs would be Diallo and Kaminsky coming off the bench. Montrez and Booker or Draymond and Hield. I think I'd go Montrez and Booker there. Rubio lock. I don't think Rubio's a lock. I think there's other options that are doable in that range, right? If we're looking at guard and we're looking in that mid-tier range, I like Fox. Hield is solid if he's knocking down three. Jamal Murray, Lou Williams, or Teague's okay. So I wouldn't say Rubio's a lock, but he is, a pretty solid play. Is Hield a good play? Yeah, if Hield's knocking down threes, he can kill it. Like, Hield can get you. He has 30, 35 fantasy point upside in 25 minutes if Hield's knocking down threes. So the upside's there with him for sure. Trez and Booker greater than Dre and Hield. Yeah, I think I like Trez and Booker a little more there. Let's see. So many cheap guys. Porter Jr., Kaminsky, Guy, Saric, Morris, Poole, Spellman, Grant, Barton. All better options than T-Man. Bogdanovich, only 100 more. Yeah, I mean, if you want, there's definitely options if you don't want to play Terrence Mann for sure. I don't think Terrence Mann's my favorite value play. There's other options, but he's still in play for sure. I've got Towns, Curry, and a bunch of Sacramento. Sacktown LL. I like that. Mann or Chris. Mann's probably safer. Chris has the upside, but Chris is very risky. Again, he's always in foul trouble. But, we saw what Ayton did to Cat, right? Cat is good on the offensive end, but not a good defender at all. So if Chris can stay out of foul trouble, I think he can have a pretty big game. But that's a big if. I have Mann and Bog. Yeah, those guys seem really solid. Spellman, Mann, no longer a must-play, and Kawhi in. Yeah, Mann's definitely not a must-play. I faded Holmes and Kawhi. Holmes is another value guy I do really like. Again, the groin injury worries me a bit. Bogdanovich, Jeremy Grant. I'd go Bogdanovich there. Curry, greater than Booker, straight up. Bagley, greater than Millsap. Salary is a factor, though. I mean, Stephen, it's close. I mean, I'd definitely go Bagley over Millsap there. Only one I'm even considering over Mann are Porter and Spellman. Yeah, both too viable. Like, the Golden State bigs are going to have to be play some solid minutes, right? They're really thin. It's Draymond, who's probably going to get 20 to 25, and then the garbage time. For garbage time, they have Spellman, they have Chris, and they have Pascal that they can play, right? So those three guys will probably get a good amount of run. And that's why I like Chris if he can stay out of foul trouble, but we'll see. Teague, 3.5K min on FanDuel. Do you think he's worth playing? If he's min price, yeah. Definitely would go Teague if he's min price over there on FanDuel. You think still keep Mann even with Kawhi? There's a downside, right? I think Kawhi's going to be starting. Let me check Twitter really quick, see if we got any more news. Lineup sheet has Suns injury guys as questionable. Also, looks like Bridges, Oubre, they're still listed as questionable. So I wouldn't even take a shot there if you're trying to play Oubre or Bridges and play risky. Don't do it. Now it looks like they're questionable, but that's kind of all the news we have so far still. Let's see. We got 7 minutes to lock. Mann or Bogdan. I think I'd go Bogdan there. Jay Green or T-Man for the Clippers. That's close. That's pretty close, right? I think Terrence Mann's going to be a lot higher owned, but they're both very similar. Give me Mann, but it's close. Rubio or Fox. I think I like Fox a little bit more. I think the upside's a little higher in De'Aaron Fox. Porter Jr. will be low owned, I'm sure. Worth a shot in GPPs. Yeah, he's definitely worth a shot in GPPs, right? Tyler Hero a couple days ago I liked. He was really low owned. Obviously, last night he was chalky. NAW was really low owned. Won me a GPP last night. So there are those cheap, low owned guys that can win you GPPs. Porter Jr. could be one. I think he's a solid value play. Last question, Bridges or Ariza? I don't think I would go Bridges now, right? Because we're talking Mikal Bridges. There's not another Bridges, I don't think, right? Yeah, I don't think I would go Bridges now. They have him listed as questionable. I just wouldn't even take the shot. So go Ariza if you're going there. Ayton or Towns. I think it's Towns for me. I think the upside's a little higher, but you can definitely play both. I do have one lineup. I said I made 2 lineups tonight. I have one lineup with Ayton and Towns in it. Anyone know why the Kings starters played so much against the Pacers? I know it went to OT, but 30 minutes, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I think the Kings starters, they're all young guys, right? So I think they could get extended a little bit, maybe even push 30 minutes. Choose one: Teague, Shamet, Farrell, Jerome, Robinson. If I'm picking between those four, I'm going to go Teague. Rubio or Fox? Oh, yeah, I already talked about that. Fox, I like more than Rubio. Sweet Lou or Healed? That's close. Both guys going to be aggressive. Both guys going to shoot the ball a ton. That's almost a coin flip for me with Lou and Healed. I think Healed might be a little safer. I think he plays a little bit more minutes, while Lou plays a little less minutes. So I think Healed would probably be a little safer, but they're both very similar. Bogdanovich or Mann? Yeah, I think I'd go Bogdanovich there. McKinney or Covington? I think probably Covington if I'm picking between those two. D. Russ or Fox? Salary not a factor. I like Fox a little bit more than D'Angelo Russell, but I think D'Angelo Russell is going to go low owned. He's got upside, right? He's another guy like Marquise Chris. He's very boom or bust. So the upside's there with D'Angelo Russell. I think he's going to go a lot lower owned. So you can definitely take a shot there in GPPs. But I think I prefer Fox to him. Shamet, nice on FanDuel. Don't hate Shamet. Small forward, Barnes and who? I'm not big in Barnes. Barnes is kind of a guy that a little lower usage. I mean, he can get you there. He's fine at 4.9K. I like Bogdanovich. Terrence Mann is a cheap option. Culver's not bad. And Barnes is okay. Like, if you want to go Barnes, he's solid at 4.9K. That's a little bit too cheap. Then Healed, obviously, too. Don't think I would go Wiggins. Anyone in single entry, $5 DK. 4,300 for a forward. Any ideas? 4,300, let's see. So 4,300, Terrence Mann, Saric, Holmes, Spellman, Marquise Chris. That's probably would be the options. Spellman, is McKinney worth min on FanDuel, you think? Yeah, McKinney's okay. I mean, he did have a couple solid games last year. I don't think he has huge upside, but probably going to play 20, 25-ish minutes. Where do you see Oubre questionable? I saw it. Here, I'll retweet it. Just retweeted it. It had the starters, and then it had notes injuries with Mikal Bridges and Kelly Oubre questionable. So, yeah. I don't think I would even take a shot there. I'm taking Spellman with Leonard news. Spellman's solid as a cheap option. Him, Marquise Chris should play some good minutes. Glenn Robinson starting. Chris starting. Where do you see the Golden State starters? I don't see the Golden State starters yet, but yeah, I mean, I like Chris if he's starting. If he can stay out of foul trouble, you know the risk if you're playing Marquise Chris, right? There's a good chance he gets in foul trouble. Why are you ignoring Mo Harkless? Question: is he a good play? I think Harkless is okay. If you really want to play him, you can. He's just kind of a lower usage guy in the offense, but if you like Harkless, go with your gut and play him. Biggs in preseason. Thanks. Good luck, everybody. Fox or Curry? Well, it's kind of, price difference, right? Curry's 8.5, Fox is 6.2. I like them both. You can play them both. If salary doesn't matter, obviously Curry. Saric, Mann, or Barton? All three, I like a decent amount. I think the safest option is probably Saric. Let's see. Finally, I'm rolling Saric. Ayton or Jokic? That's close for me. The salary is different, right? Jokic is 8.8. Ayton's 7.3. That's really close. If you have the salary, you can play Jokic. I think he goes lower owned. I do love the upside in both those guys, though. Ayton safe floor? I think so. They use him a lot in the pick and roll game. Sacramento, nothing to be scared about for defensive wise. So yeah, I think Ayton's pretty solid. Just a two per. Glenn Robinson starting at small forward fours. Marquise Chris starting at center. Both came off the bench. Okay, thanks for putting that in chat. Let me retweet that. Anthony V. Slater. Good call. All right, yeah, so Glenn Robinson's viable if you want to go really cheap. Again, I like the upside there. And Chris, is 6 guys in Phoenix, Sacramento too much? No, I don't think so. I mean, I made 2 lineups. I have 5 guys in that game in 1 lineup, so I don't think that's too much. Good luck, boys. All in Bogdanovich. I think Bogdanovich should be pretty high owned, but he's just a guy off the bench that is, leads that second unit. So can he bust? Sure, anyone can bust, really, right? We saw games with Bogdanovich last year where he had bad games, but what we do know is he's going to be aggressive and he's going to shoot the ball, and he's a guy that doesn't have to get you there necessarily for scoring. So that's why I like Bogdanovich. Thank you for your help. Of course, Bryson, thanks for coming to check out the stream live. Chris Spellman, Plumlee, or Millsap? Well, I mean, the safest option is Millsap, but Chris and Spellman should play some decent minutes, and Plumlee's not out of play either. I think Millsap's the safest of those 4. I think the riskier guy, but the guy with the most upside is Marquise Chris. Although Chris won't stay out of foul trouble against Cat. Yeah, I mean, I have him in 1 lineup, right? I took the risk on Marquise Chris in 1 lineup, but I know what I'm getting into. He's a guy that there's a really good chance he'll get in foul trouble. Good luck, fellas. Thanks again. Of course, Cat going to chomp that dude. Yeah, Cat should eat. Good luck with Chris. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know what I'm getting into playing him in 1 lineup. I know the risk. Fox, Booker, Sarge, Harrell, Towns, Bogdanovich, Bagley, Aiden. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very, very similar to one of my lineups. Chris or Spellman, they're both doable. Both going to play big minutes. If you're making me pick, well, let's just say this. Spellman is safer. Chris has a little bit more upside, in my opinion. Sarge, 3%, let's go. That's great. I didn't play Sarge in either. I liked him a good amount, but 3% is way too cheap. Bogdan, only 23%? Really? Bogdanovich is only 23%. Wow. I thought he would be chalk. Really? Bogdanovich, 22%. Wow. I'll take that all day. Love that. Booker, 47%. Fox, 61%. Yeah. Give me all the Bogdan at 23%. Love that. Fox is high owned. Yeah, I kind of expected that. Marquise, the anti-Miller Lite, never fills you up, always lets you down. That's pretty true. I mean, Marquise Chris has let me down a lot. And I warned everyone. The floor is really low with Marquise Chris, but he does have the upside. Holmes, 5% owned. Love that. The only concern is, again, coming back from a groin injury, but he's a guy that can crush in limited time. Thanks, DK. Of course, Marcus. Thanks for coming to check out the stream again. Let's get some money. Spellman, better chance, not falling out, coming out the bench. Yeah, I mean, Spellman's a guy. Still, there's foul trouble risk, right? Cat's really aggressive. But I think there's less chance of him getting foul trouble than Marquise Chris. Yo, okay, DK, do you mind asking if he's still in school, or do you do this full-time? No, I am. I actually do have a full-time job. I work for a financial software company. But yeah, right now doing it on the side. The goal is, soon to do this full-time, I hope. I know that's the dream job, but we'll see. You good dude, DK. Thanks for the time and help, bro. Of course, Southern Beast. Thanks again for coming to check out the stream. You're always in here. 13% of FanDuel. Yeah, 23% DK. Bogdan, 16%. Love that ownership on him. Hell yeah, Matthew. Mine is Bagley, Spellman instead of Bogdan, Harrell. Overlay ready. Fox, Bagley, duo, 91% owned in my double-up contest. Yeah, I mean, I figured they'd be pretty high owned. Bielitsa, 2% secret weapon. Yeah, he's he's a guy that if he can knock down threes, he can get you there. He always seems to get a few steals too, right? So do like that ownership on him. Great stream. Yeah, thanks again, Jake. You're always in here too. Really appreciate it. Go Blue. Rubio, 13% on FanDuel. I like that. Great team. Yeah, okay. Rubio, Rocco, Chris, Spellman, or Glenn Robinson. I'm going to go Chris, but you know what you're getting into if you're playing them. I think the safer option would be Rocco or Spellman. Glenn's okay. So Rocco, Spellman are safe. Chris, very risky. Low floor, high ceiling. Good stuff, bro. First time here and totally dig the info. Great job. Thanks again. Yeah, if you're new, would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Again, I got videos every single day with preseason NBA. Regular season's right around the corner, and I got NFL videos up as well. Tomorrow's a huge slate. Looks juicy. Is it? Yeah, I'm excited for some Friday night NBA then. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got a big slate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. All right, and all the games are within an hour and a half. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. Good luck, everyone. Really nice stream and intelligent takes in the chat. Yeah, I think I have just a bit. Bielitsa, big ups. What was it, Wisconsin, Michigan? Yeah, get out of here to Groot. Hopefully you can smash in his minute share. Good luck. Appreciate the great tips. Good luck, guys. Grant or Vonleh? What was Vonleh's minutes last time off the bench from Minnesota? I do like the upside in Vonleh. Like we saw it with the Knicks last year. He has upside. Let me see what his minutes were like. Vonleh played 15 minutes. Probably Jeremy Grant would get a few more extra minutes than Vonleh, but I think the upside's a little higher with Vonleh, but it's close. Tomorrow's a huge slate. Let's just Ty Jerome 1.4% takedown. Don't hate it. How many minutes did he get last game? I feel like he got pretty limited, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Ty Jerome did play 23 minutes. Okay, he got a little more than I expected. I like that. 1.4%. NBA regular season slate's already up to. Is it? It's probably like a small slate. They always start with like a 2 or 3 game slate. Yeah, 2 games. Yeah, it's already up. $10 200K tournament to first on the 22nd. So hell yeah. Challenge you to head-to-head on DK. How do I even see that again? I forget how to see. I'll look for it. 7 game slate. We have opening night. Prices up also. Yeah, I'm excited, man. You demand DK. Appreciate you. Of course, Justin. You're going to be doing NBA regular season during the year. Are you a GPP player or cash? Yeah, I will have NBA regular season videos up every single day. I'm a little different than most. I make one lineup and enter it for cash and GPPs 95% of the time. So yeah, I just try to build the best possible lineup and enter it in cash and GPPs. I know it's not very normal. A lot of guys have cash game lineups. They have GPP lineups. I'm normally a one lineup guy. Siakam going to torch Zion on opening night. Yeah, love the upside in Siakam there with no Kawhi. Sarge 5%. Love that ownership on Sarge. Sarge and Bogdan I thought they'd be a lot higher owned. Thanks, bro, for the great content. Keep being the awesome person that you are. Thanks for everything you do, bro. I'm going to head out. Can't wait for tomorrow's video. Let's get this money. Appreciate it, Cameron. You're always in here as well. Really do appreciate the nice words. Draymond, Lou, Will, or Montrez. I think the upside's the highest on Lou Will. It's Lou Will or Montrez for me. Don't hate Draymond either. I think the upside is the highest though with Lou Williams. But yeah, we're 7 minutes post-lock, so I think I'm going to hop off here because I got to make the video for Friday, get that up on the channel. So thanks again, guys, for coming to check out the stream. Really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the 7 game slate. Again, I'll have that video up tonight and then streaming tomorrow. So thanks again, guys, and I will see you later.